My name is Kaylee Brooke Proctor, and this is my demonstration speech. Imagine it. You have a big party to plan. You have a bunch of empty space, a very little budget, and you don't know what to do. Well, I have the perfect solution. Tissue paper pom-poms. I first discovered this solution when I was planning for a banquet with my school, and some of the girls, and we had to plan this big banquet, and we had a ton of things to fill up, and we didn't know what to do because we didn't have a lot of money to plan with the budget. So we discovered these things on Pinterest, and it is a perfect solution for any problem that you may have. They're very simple, and it'll take four simple steps. First, you need to gather your material. Secondly, you need to stack and fold the tissue paper. Third, you need to cut it. And then fourth, you need to poof it, which is a word I like to use, to give it the fullness. Let's begin this very simple process. First of all, you need to have your tissue paper stacked, and we're getting this without getting our materials. So first, we need to have our scissors, we need to have a ruler or a tape measure, we need to have our tape, our string, and of course, like I said, the tissue paper. Now you can make this in a large one, which you would need 10 pieces of paper, or you can use 8 pieces of paper and make the small one. So we're going to make the small one today. So I went ahead just to save some time, and I stacked up the 8 pieces of tissue paper, and it's important that you get it very precise because if this is a foundation. So if it's not stacked correctly, then it's going to mess it up. So what you're going to start by doing is we're going to measure it 1.5 inches. And so once you see this 1.5 inches, then you're going to fold it in an accordion style. So I'll just show you a couple of the steps. And you want to make sure that you have it very even on the ends, and you give it a really good crease. And then you just fold it back and forth. And this process can take a little bit of time, but I promise you that if you take your time and do it correctly, then it'll save you a lot of time in the end if you mess it up. So it's good to make sure you have it correct. So to save some time, I went ahead and finished it so you can show what it looks like. And it has that accordion style, you see? So once we get this far, now if we were going to do a large one, we would just leave it big and then continue the steps from here on. But we're going to do a small one today. So this is where your scissors come in handy. And we're going to measure it and make sure that we have a really good crease so we can see right where the middle is. And then we're just going to cut it. And this is, if you have a junk pair of scissors, I tried it at home last night, it does not work. So you have to make sure that you have a really good pair of scissors. Okay, so once you have that cut, you put that to the side. And then you have the half of your tissue paper. And we're going to fold this part in half. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to use our tape. And we're going to tape it just so it makes sure it holds it down. Just like that. Alright, we got that folded. And the next step is to get your string. You can actually use fishing line if you didn't want it to be visible. I use this blue string because I really like the color of it. It's my favorite color. So then you cut it. I always cut it a little bit longer than I think I'll need, just so that then I can cut it if I need to, so it's not too short. And then you're going to tie it just like a knot. I do it a couple times, right where that crease is, just so it doesn't come undone on us. I don't know if I can get it. Alright, so once we've got that tied, then we're going to use our scissors again. If you leave the ends just plain like that, then when you poof it out, it just doesn't really have any good detail to it. It just looks really boring. So I like to take, and you're going to curve the edges of it, like so. Yet again, a really good pair of scissors. I like the scallop look like that. And I never can cut very straight. So I take it measured up on that side, just like that, and then you can cut it again because I always never going to have the curve the right size. And that's a little complicated too. And it always makes a mess. So if you don't like messes, get a garbage can or something. Alright. So once we've got that, then we're ready to start our last process, which is poofing. So you're going to take your hands and put it in where the creases are, like that right there. And we're going to pull it like this right here, right from where the center part is. I learned when I was doing it the other day, if you pull it from where the pointed part is, it tends to tear. So you have to pull it from the center and then pull it out like that right there, and then it doesn't tear as easily. You have to be really gentle with it, like tissue paper, I'm sure you all know, it tears really easily. So especially when it's folded like this right here, it's really going to cause problems. So you're going to pull it like that on both sides and continue to pull it, and it takes a really, really long time. So you just be really careful with it. And you just keep doing that all the way across. And I went ahead and did one so then it would take so long. And I did this one actually a little different. I did it with a pointed instead of the curve, so if you wanted to give it a different look. So what you're doing, once you get that part finished, you're just going to go on with the other side and continue to do the same thing. And it takes a good long while, but it's totally worth it because these things are so cute when you get finished. Okay, so once you finish doing that, then your finished product looks just like this. So it takes just a couple minutes, not very long at all, so when you have a problem or you have any, with planning an event, you do one of these, it takes a lot of space up. So you just got to remember the several steps. You need to stack, you need to fold, you need to cut, and then you need to poof, and you have a perfect thing for your event. Thank you.